Hello.
Hi,
Hi.
what's up?
Not much. Um,
Your hair looks nice.
Thank you. I'm surprised it looks decent.
You're doing like a fro kind of thing. Is that what's going on?
I mean, I'm just, I woke up. That's what's going on. I styled my hair yesterday though, and so usually it doesn't look great after styling it, but it looks all right. Um, I see your hair is
Don't look at my hair.
it's longer.
Oh my God, where's the hat? Oh no.
It's longer. I see it.
No, cut it out.
I can't see it, but it's
No.
it's it's longer. It's it's cute. Uh
I'll get you back for this.
I mean
You'll regret the day you looked at my hair.
the audience knows now. It's too late. It's you just gotta accept that it is what it is. No need
Never.
for
Did you upload our last episode?
No, I don't like that.
What the hell?
I hate it.
That
I hate
isn't the one.
it. I don't know. I was thinking about that earlier. I was like, maybe in the far future when like the cringe of it all has subsided for me,
Hmm.
but I really just don't like that episode.
All right.
Sift
Yeah.
through with that one.
Yeah, there was a lot going on. I get it, but just, I
It
was
will be posted
thinking,
at some point, just maybe not in order.
all right, that's got a little time travel kind of thing going on. I get it. I get it.
Yeah,
I see the vibe. I see what you're trying to do here.
right. Um, hmm. I do have to poop. I'm realizing.
Oh, you should go. You should go poop.
I'll go in a bit. I don't really want to poop. I've pooped a lot already today.
You don't.
I don't want to poop right now.
Wow, biology is a wild thing. It's been like I'm simply not gonna poop.
The power of the sphincter. Anyways,
There are multiple sphincters in our body, right? I think there's like one in like is it throat area or like neck region?
probably that makes sense
Further down.
in here.
I think like maybe right below, like right before the stomach, there's a sphincter.
That makes sense.
Yeah, we might. I think we have a few.
Okay, what's a sphincter? A sphincter is just like a.
Yeah.
I think
Remember
yeah, we have
when
a
we were
few.
playing Baldur's Gate, like those doors, they're like sphincters, there's doors in the
Do they have
Nautilus.
for your heart for blood
Do we have heart sphincters? I don't think so.
valves? Hmm. Okay.
Yeah, I don't think there's any heart sphincters
In
because
our
veins.
lungs?
No. Have you ever felt lungs?
Have I felt them?
Have you ever?
No.
They're
I'm just thinking
very
major organs that might have
very
sphincters.
spongy.
Yeah. You felt lungs before?
Oh, many a time.
Sure.
They're yeah.
Hmm.
It's weird like feeling organs
Yeah.
and then like yeah, you're like, oh wait, this I'm like this.
Yeah. That's
This
so cool.
isn't me too. It's kind of also scary because like
Really?
I feel so um what's the word I'm looking for? Uh Not vulnerable, but like I like so I could be dismembered, like that would not be a difficult thing for
It
to
it's
happen.
really not.
Like
We're all very fragile.
we're fragile.
Yeah.
We're little fragile meat sacks.
Yeah, someone really wanted to. Easy.
Well, I mean,
Um,
they have to have the know-how, but yeah, relatively easy.
I mean the know-how, but
Know-how, skills, or tools. Well, tools at least,
well, at
because you could
least, yeah,
you could do a poor job at it, but you could,
do it.
right?
Even the attempt, I think, it's not looking good for you.
Yeah,
Either.
no, I mean, like, like, oh, I poorly butchered this person, but
They're
they are
butchered.
they are butchered.
It's been done. Um,
Yeah, anatomy's weird.
yeah, it's fun. It is weird. Um, anyways,
Oh, this isn't a dismemberment anatomy podcast. It's not what we're
I mean, we
talking.
can get into it. I had another. I know I was thinking about human anatomy the other day, but I don't remember what I was thinking. So that's why I said anyways, because I don't remember the thought. I think it
Mm,
had to do with my cycle and stuff. And I was like, things are weird.
moon cycle.
Huh?
Your moon cycle.
My moon cycle. I didn't realize it started on the new moon. That's cool. Um,
Consistently.
no, but usually, so like,
Hmm.
I associate starting my period with, or like periods in general with the full moon, because full moon is, like releasing of stuff and assessment, reflection, which is all very, it's like period energy. But I generally speaking start my period on the new moon. Not every new moon because my cycle isn't consistent.
Well, it
But
is your favorite Twilight movie, so I get it.
what?
It's your favorite Twilight movie.
Right? I guess it is. Just new
Is
moon
that a
and Twilight are they're contenders for favorites.
is that a weird thought for you for that to be your favorite?
Yeah. Um, I was thinking about that the other day that we actually watched Twilight together, and I was like, oh, he loves me. We watched Twilight, um, because those movies are so ridiculous. Hmm?
They're very bad.
They're
They're very bad, but it's
not bad. They're just ridiculous. Not bad.
hmm.
Right.
All right.
Okay. All right. Shall we get into the meat and potatoes?
Is it meat and potatoes or is it meat and bones?
Meat and bones.
I feel like those are
The phrase?
are those. I feel like those are both phrases. Are those not both phrases?
Let's get into the meat and bones of it. No one has ever said that.
Is meat and bones not a thing? Audience, is meat and bones a thing?
Meat and bones are not in a phrase. No, there are meats and there are bones, but
The meat and bones. Is this a thing? Meat on the bone. That's all.
that's different.
What does the phrase meat and bones mean? Someone searched that. It wasn't me. Someone searched that. It's
I
like
have,
one of the people also ask.
okay.
Um, meat on the bones, I guess, is what people say. Also, flesh on the bones.
Just besides there being
Um,
meat.
it's idiomatic, often preceded by put. So, like to put meat on the bones. So that's like
Sure.
add
Yeah.
depth and value to something. Add content if it's incomplete.
Mm-hmm.
So I can see why I got those confused.
Yeah.
they're similar but used in different contexts.
Yeah. Well,
So
let's
let's
put
put
some
some meat
meat
on the
on these bones.
bones. Let's get into the meat and potatoes.
Okay.
Maybe we put meat on the bones and then put those bones with the potatoes.
That sounds like a good plan.
Yeah, like a stew kind of thing going on.
Sounds very filling. Um I was trying to think of what to start with first. I guess we can start with Loki first.
Loki was low key pretty good.
It was pretty good.
High key.
Um,
I lied. I was doing a bit, but
um okay. Great bit.
I don't. You know, that wasn't believable, but okay.
I meant it. Um I it was good. I don't remember enough of season one, I guess, but I think I like season one better generally.
Hmm.
Um I don't know. I don't really like it was kind of the same sort of feeling as what's that one show we watched? Westworld. That's what it's called, right? Westworld.
Westworld. Yeah.
Like the thing has happened and now the next season is the consequences of that thing having happened. Um
Do not most shows do that?
they do,
The
and I like
entirety of Game of Thrones is like precipitated off of Ned losing his head. Like
Game of Thrones is different though. Game of Thrones, there was like multiple things going on, no? In that first season? There was only the
there
one
were,
thing.
but like the first season, like there's multiple things going on in all these shows, but like the first season is like largely Ned's murder mystery, trying to find out who killed the previous hand, and he finds out all the stuff about the Lannisters. Tensions are rising. He gets killed, and then boom, War of the Five Kings breaks out.
I think because with Game of Thrones, that is not the to me that wasn't the it didn't feel like the highest point of tension or like the first season just feels like the I guess they all fucking do the same thing. They all do the same thing, but Game of Thrones does it better. I don't know. Loki was fine. I still enjoyed season two. Um, but I have just like a degree less of interest. Um, Still enough to watch it. I finished it. I enjoyed it, but less
Hmm.
interested in the repercussions sometimes. Repercussions?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, I think it's a certain type of show that does it. It's not all shows.
Mm.
With I don't remember. We haven't watched it in a while, but The Good Place
Mm.
doesn't necessarily go like that.
Sure.
But it's more of an episodic show, I think. You know,
Yeah.
um, of course, still follows an overarching plot, but it's more like concerned with like the specific instances of each episode. Maybe.
Mm.
Uh,
Mm-hmm.
though I don't remember how season one ended, so maybe it did do that as
Mhm.
well.
Yeah.
I'm not. Um, but I don't know. In terms of liking season one more than season two, I don't know if I agree. Um, but again, you don't really remember season one because I
That's
remember
all.
you just being largely confused about season one.
Was I?
I mean, yeah, but to be fair, you were also confused about season two. So I
I'd be
mean,
confused. Yeah.
it it I think you get caught up a lot in like the small nuance of the
Because
situation.
I
Like,
want to understand the logic. The details are so interesting.
but you do understand the concept of the suspension of disbelief, right?
It's not even that I'm willing to suspend disbelief. It's more like if we're exploring this topic, I want us to really get into it. I want to understand the fake logic of it. Not that it needs to actually make sense, but like did the writers think about this? Like I it if we're talking about fucking time and reality and all this other shit, like let's really talk about it. I feel like it's I know it doesn't make sense to get super into it because it's a show and the plot must move forward, and so it's more plot focused than like um detail focused. I don't know. But
I think it usually goes like either plot or character focused, but
mm,
um,
world building focused, more less world building focused, I guess. But I'm interested in that part. I would like to understand it more thoroughly. Um, but I understood season two a lot better than I understood season one. I know that.
mm.
Um,
Yeah, season one, I think largely in the begin, like why it took you a long time because I'm pretty sure you watched like the first episode and you stopped for a while.
yes.
Um, it takes a long while to get started.
Yeah, sure.
Especially if you don't really care about the character Loki or the MCU and like the timeline in general.
Mm-hmm.
They're kind of like, yeah, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, but the ending with He Who Remains, like
It's good.
that shit was like, oh, okay, like
Good.
all
Yes.
right. And then the implications of him being killed and like the whole, the multiversal time war and all that. It's like, oh shit, like shit's gonna start popping off in MCU. We got these different timelines and stuff.
Yeah.
Uh, of course, largely that hasn't happened yet,
Right.
and probably won't.
Probably won't. Marvel's so fucking funny. They're a mess. I
It's a
feel hmm,
what? What?
you can go first.
I'm gonna remember my thought. You say yours.
Okay. I was gonna say, it's such a I mean, like, fuck this company and all that, but like, it's such a bummer because the concepts that they're trying to work with are so interesting, but it's just not engaging for the most part. Loki's engaging. I was excited about Kang. Um, but in terms of execution, they're just doing a piss poor job.
Yeah, I honestly think it's not just them. I think it's companies in general. Like,
Mhm.
I think, don't quote me on this. Let me cook though. Like, um, I'm going out on a limb here, on a
Okay,
whim.
let's let him cook.
Um, I think we've reached this point in late stage capitalism where it's just literally not possible for these companies to be profitable anymore. And
Say that last part again. I'm sorry.
I don't feel like it's possible for these companies to be profitable anymore.
Mm,
Um, these big tech companies, the only way that they get profitable is by laying off their workers. So they're literally spending less money. But it's like they're Apple has pretty much like reached this point where like they can't grow the market anymore. They have the market share, and like there's not really much they can do to grow their base anymore. So they have to step
Sure.
over into gaming because like they fucking won. They won at capitalism. It's like what more can they do? Um, but the very nature of the society is like you have to keep growing. There is no okay, we've made it. It's like continual growth. Um, and when we were saying this thing about Disney, well, when you were saying this thing about Disney and how they have all these big ideas and like it's just flopping, uh, I thought about Google. You know, they always have like these very interesting experiments, like oh, we're gonna do Stadia. Oh,
Mm.
we've got the Google Glass, and even if you have like these people behind the ideas, and even if the ideas are good, you know, there's like interesting innovation and creativity there. Um, if it's not profitable, it doesn't matter. It's going to get cut. Um, and yeah, I just think we've reached this point where that's just where things
But
are
like,
now.
I don't
You
get
got
it.
to do things that are safe. What?
Like, again, specifically with Disney, like, okay, um, the Marvels is like I don't I'm failing to make the connection in my brain because they're still putting out movies, just no one gives a shit. Like, why is it because it's not profitable to do something new and so everything's the same and so no one gives a fuck?
Yes, they have to be safe.
Sure.
The only things, and it's interesting because you know if we look back at Disney, the two shows that were really like fucking hitters that absolutely popped off. It's the shows about the random side characters who are already dead.
Mm-hmm.
The very small show that no one's gonna watch anyway. It's like, oh
Mm-hmm.
yeah, you can do whatever you want with it. Be as fucking
Right.
because who cares? We're not throwing money at this thing. Like whatever. Now they probably did throw some money at Loki because season one did so well, but um, in the grand scheme of things, like it's a fucking spin-off show. It's not like this major thing. So like, yeah, you can take risks with that,
Sure.
but you can't take risks with the Marvel. You
Yeah.
gotta appeal to the widest margin. Everyone's gotta like this movie, you
But
know.
no one is that anyone do people like these movies? Am I wrong? Are people like excited to go see the Marvels? I mean, I guess kids.
Largely, people did not see the Marvels. It had like the worst box office opening, I think, in the last 15 years or something,
Jesus.
if not just all of Marvel.
Right. Jesus.
um, and the people who did see it, you know, I haven't seen it, but I've heard from a lot of different sources. I try to vary my sources. I don't just go to one guy.
Right.
Largely, people were underwhelmed. The movie was messy with its characterization of people, especially like uh what's his name? Fucking Eye Patch.
Hmm.
Nick Fury.
Yeah.
Um like they can make him a lot more comical, even though he just had like this existential ass like
Hmm.
I don't know if you saw Secret Wars. I don't think you did.
No.
Um, they have like these certain plot developments, like they're like when the characters use their powers at the same time, when they use their powers simultaneously, they switch places. Um, this is a plot thread they just drop at some point throughout the movie. It just doesn't even happen by the end of it. We have another case of like like a forgettable villain, you know, just cliche cookie cutter. You know, the time of the Killmongers and the Thanos that's gone.
Yeah.
Um, they set up these like kind of like nifty ideas, like oh, they go to a planet where everyone sings, and if you don't sing, no one understands you. They don't really do anything with that either. There's this big battle. a couple of people online like, oh, we could do this thing where it's like a big musical number, or like at least they like sing through the battle or something. No, none of that happens. It's like, why even have the setting if you're not going to use it? Like, there's a lot of like really,
That's such a shame.
yeah.
That sucks.
I heard the acting was good,
Sure.
especially from the young girl. I didn't see her show, but that's another thing about it. um, for the Marvels to really like understand the whole thing completely, you have to do like 16 hours of homework. You have to watch you got to watch WandaVision for the black character. That's how she gets her powers.
Yeah.
You got to watch Miss Marvel's show. You got to watch Captain Marvel. If you want to be caught up with the MCU in general, you got to at least watch like Infinity War, Endgame. Like it's
What are they doing? I don't understand. Who's making these decisions? I don't.
so. How I heard explained why it got so bad is because they were making their own streaming service, and it's like
Mm,
at Disney Plus, like, all right, there's these shows now. Oh, they're interconnected, and you gotta watch this to understand that, and like, you know,
dumb.
dumb.
Yeah, maybe it cannot be done anymore. I know too, like there's this yeah, this like attempt to create the new like Marvel team that everyone cares about.
Hmm.
And it's just no one gives a fuck. No one cares. I care about Kang. I think people care about Kang.
I feel like hardcore fans care about King, or at least people who really like Jonathan Majors.
Right.
Um, comic book nerds, shit like that. I don't feel like
The average.
the general populace.
Really? I mean, I guess that
Um,
makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense.
I mean, what's he been in so far? Loki and
Yeah.
fucking Ant-Man.
Yeah.
Most people probably haven't even seen this motherfucker, like,
Yeah, that's true.
which is unfortunate because man, he fucking kicked ass. But
Yeah.
I think with the way Loki ended, it's very possible that they're just gonna drop that plot line.
Sad, like it's not surprising. I'm surprised they didn't drop it sooner. Um, drop him sooner. But
Well, okay, so you're upset about it. Understandable. Let's play through like two different scenarios in our brains.
hmm,
Um, let's say the allegations are true. He did that shit. He's scummy.
yeah.
How do you feel?
Um, so in terms of like him being in the movies and stuff and the show and all of that,
All of it in general. Why not?
I mean, I kind of so it's obviously inexcusable um to hurt another person like that, do all that. Um and so like it makes sense to remove him from the shows and stuff. I though often get caught up in like who delves out the punishment if like remorse and repentance is an internal process. Um
Hmm.
that has literally nothing to do with me. Forgiveness between the two, like that's between them. Um, I guess it makes sense to not give him screen time.
I
Um,
think it brings up an interesting conversation about crime and punishment.
Mm.
Um, and I think we have to ask ourselves, what's important to us. Deplatforming is a pretty common thing we do now. Like, I don't know, you probably didn't hear about this, but there's this woman called Sniper Wolf on YouTube
Mm-hmm.
doxed another YouTuber who she had some beef with, Jack's Films, and YouTube just demonetized her channel, so she can't make money off of it anymore.
Mm.
Um, and I wonder if we're looking for these people to pay for their crimes, or if we're looking for something else.
What do you mean? What is this other thing?
It's difficult to say, right? But I think the easiest example is maybe like jail.
Mm.
Does imprisoning someone truly um, rehabilitate them?
Right.
Is it unjust? Um, what is the point of having someone in jail for life?
Mm-hmm.
We got to look at the death penalty.
Mm-hmm.
I think this crime and punishment aspect is changing in today's world. And I think these are important questions that we're not always necessarily asking.
I'm thinking.
We live in a capitalistic society.
Mm.
Um, During post George Floyd,
Mm-hmm.
um, it was a wild time in America. I remember seeing this video of these white people on their knees, like begging for.
Jeez.
Do you remember that video?
No, I don't remember this video.
Yeah, it's like this crowd of white people just on their knees, like praying for forgiveness from these black people who are just standing there, and I'm like, what the fuck is happening?
That's
Yeah. Um,
very interesting.
and you'd have these instances of like, oh, so and so was being an asshole at work. They did a racism.
Mm-hmm.
Um, let's call them to their job and have them lose their fucking job.
Right.
You know, or like that Atlanta episode,
The
the woman who worked at the airport.
Oh, yeah. Right.
Fucking ruined her life. And do the punishments fit the crime? What is the point of the punishments? Is it just to feel good about what happened? Is it for that person to feel repentance? Is it to resolve the situation? Um, yeah,
It's all I think so yeah, punishment is definitely like I think especially now or for most people or like society or whatever, the internet,
hmm
it's a largely cathartic process for the
hmm
people punishing. Um, but even if repentance was involved, or like, how do you believe that this person repents? There's a time limit? They have to be punished for a certain amount of time? And then like, oh, you trust that they have repented? It doesn't, there's no
Yeah, I think Feek brought that up in his video. I think it was Feek. I feel like I've watched and listened to so much about this
Yeah.
kind of thing, but like there was this white woman. I think it was the one who was in the park saying she was gonna say the black man was like attacking her.
Mm-hmm.
Um, she lost her job. She was so sorry about it, but then afterwards, she was like, she doubled down on that shit. I don't know, if she was, like selling T-shirts. I don't remember what it was. She was on like pod or TV shows or podcasts or the news or something. Like really just doubled down on it. It's like, yeah, I
So
mean,
ridiculous. Um,
yeah, you can't really.
you really
I don't
can't.
know.
You just can't.
You,
There's
you,
no.
it's an
So then
internal thing.
that part of it is internal. So then, yeah, I think punishment is only actually serves to be cathartic.
Hmm.
Um,
Well, the point I was gonna bring up earlier, but I kind of it got away from me.
okay.
Us living in a capitalistic society and work being intrinsic to living.
Mm-hmm.
It's very attached to our livelihood, and it's maybe not too much of a conversation for like big name stars and celebrities and stuff who have like millions of dollars anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Like, okay, I don't have a job, but like, there's definitely something to fall back onto. Like, I'm not gonna fucking go homeless if I can't work.
Mm-hmm.
But like, maybe for these smaller people, uh, not smaller people, but these people with less means of living,
Right.
they lose their job, and it's like, shit, what would I have? Especially if no one else will hire you, and it's like,
Right.
yeah, that sucks.
Internet can blacklist you from fucking everything. You're just there is no hope. Um,
Is that worse than jail? Because like, I mean, at least they feed you in jail.
right. Like at that point, you might as well have just come out of jail. Like you have to work those jobs where they
Mm,
only hire
mhm,
people
mhm.
that have been in like that's it.
Sure.
That's the opportunities that you have. Um, I don't know.
But then on the other hand, um, an aspect of it is important, right? Because like, okay, let's say he did the stuff.
Yeah.
He's a shitty guy. He abuses people. Um, do we not have a responsibility to do something about that? If we do nothing, what are we saying? Like, that's just cool.
It's not about it being I don't know. It just doesn't feel like any of it is compassion or forgiveness centered. So like whatever that looks like, I don't know, but like
Maybe you should have to pay a reparations. Maybe like 75% of his check. Let him keep working,
right,
but like let that shit go to her.
right, maybe. Um yeah, maybe because so much of things are computed through this capitalist lens. That could work. I don't know. Um yeah, even like so let's say he's hit on women, he hits women or it's just like a
He
he
hits him.
he um he does bad things. Um I don't think that makes him a shitty person or like I don't know. Again, I'm like there's this lack of focus on why, like the larger conversation, I think that always kind of gets pushed to the side.
Hmm.
Um,
Yeah, I mean that gets into our justice system not being focused on rehabilitation.
right.
Like
Yeah.
we don't see the drugged out people on the streets and think, how do we fix this solution, or even how do we get this individual help?
Mm-hmm.
So I can throw them in jail.
Yeah.
Um, and maybe that doesn't happen too much now as it used to, because there'll just be people on the streets these days.
Yeah.
Maybe they're thrown in jail, but still, they're not being
They're
helped
not being
either.
helped. Yeah.
Um, and this conversation comes up a lot with like, serial killers and such.
Mm.
Um, oh, what could we have done to help them?
Mm.
No, where did they go wrong, etc.
Mm-hmm.
um,
Mm.
yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah, Discord's being weird. The
whatever.
videos last few days, it's just been like weird, choppy video.
Hmm.
Weird, you saw that too.
Yeah. Um, yeah, I don't know.
No answers.
I have no answers. I don't. I think no, that's not a good answer. My answer was everyone should mind their own business, but that's not a good answer.
No,
No.
that's up to me.
Hmm?
I have the answer.
Okay, lay it on us.
Anarchy.
Right.
No, no, okay, maybe not full on anarchy, but come on, tear this system down.
Oh, 100%.
This doesn't work for anyone.
It doesn't work for anyone.
I feel like once we can get to a place where, healthcare is free,
Mm-hmm.
um, free education,
Mm-hmm.
universal base income.
Mm-hmm.
Once things like that are achievable, um, prison abolition,
Mm-hmm.
police abolition, um, I feel like a lot of these issues that we have in our society are gonna melt away.
Yeah. Um,
They're all symptoms of the larger
they're all
capitalist
symptoms.
imperialistic system that we have. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like, no one will fucking talk about it. Like, these are just symptoms. Can we please?
So what you're saying is going after majors is, you know, poking the pimple instead of changing the diet.
Yes. I like that, poking the pimple instead of changing the diet. Um,
Even mine, I don't know.
it was good. I liked it. Uh, yeah, I mean, I guess some people talk about it because, like, obviously there's so much abuse within, do people still call it Hollywood? Is it still Hollywood? There's in entertainment,
In the entertainment industry,
Yeah.
sure.
Um,
I believe it's
and
Hollywood now, actually.
what? Okay. um, uh, but yeah, we've done this how many times? How many times will we do it again and again and again? I think that's maybe why there is this level, because like obviously, if all of this did happen, or even like to a lesser degree, this happened, this person didn't deserve any abuse and all of that. But there's a level of apathy that I feel Because I've seen it so many times.
Mm,
And the internet gets upset, and then the internet's not upset anymore. This person has
hmm.
been banished or whatever, and the next person.
Majors has been banished. The woman is scarred and probably hasn't healed.
Right,
Uh, the shows are worse off for it.
right. Um,
Everything is worse.
and it will continue to happen. Like the
It doesn't always happen though, because Justin Roiland got kicked off of Rick and Morty, and hey, they haven't missed a step. Show's actually pretty good this year.
nice. You've been watching it.
Yeah,
Hmm.
most I hate to say fans. Most watchers of Rick and Morty are not the ones that you think of.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm a very casual watcher. I see a new episode came on, I watch it. I was like, oh, that was good, and I move on.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Full ass show.
Mm-hmm. Um. Yeah, I don't know. In time, it will break
But
down.
yeah, but it's no. Like,
Mhm.
what are we doing to break it down?
I
Like,
don't know what to do, Owen. I don't know what to do.
it's doing its damnness to not break down. It's falling apart, and you got little guys at the bottom filling the crevices with, like, concrete and shit, trying to keep it up and steady. We gotta fucking push it down. And I feel like our societal focus needs to be exclusively, primarily, solely on that. Like, yeah, this other shit happens, but like, I feel like the focus is too largely on this other stuff to the point where it becomes distraction
Um,
to the main thing that's important. And also doing this other stuff like, oh, we've banished majors to the shadow realm. Now we feel cathartic in that. And oh, we've done the good
and
work.
you're
We do what we're supposed to do.
mhm. We
Back to
did the
watching my
thing,
shitty Marvel show.
right? Yeah.
Um, I don't think the punishments that we want for him are going to have any larger effect.
No.
I I think we live in a world of balance and order, in a universe of balance and order, and I think whatever is coming to him for his misdeeds and misgivings is going to come from regardless.
Yes.
Um,
Excuse me.
I think we get too hung up on trying to dole out justice ourselves when
Yeah.
it's largely unnecessary. Like in school, they make all of these fake punishments. Like, oh, you didn't do this, so you gotta go to detention.
I
Like,
guess this.
just let the consequence be the fucking consequence that comes of it. You don't have to manufacture a consequence.
Right. Um. Do you remember what you were saying? I'm sorry.
Um, nope.
Shit. Sorry.
I was just talking about
School, punishment, it all being very performative. The consequences will come either way.
yeah, the consequences are going to be the consequences.
Yeah. But I think a lot of people don't believe that, you know?
Sure.
People don't understand that balance is uh like the natural order, the thing that's always being moved towards. Um,
But I do.
Hmm.
If someone transgresses against their community, against their society,
Hmm.
there should be societal repercussions for that. I don't think it's just like, oh, fucking let them go. Life will handle it. Like how who was it? Billiam was talking about in his video
Hmm.
about how there were kids in the community who stole from the store, and then the community worked together and was like, all right, so now the kids are going to work at the store,
Sure.
and everyone in the community is going to make sure they get there on time and they don't skip a day, and like,
But
that's the way that the justice should work. It should be a not even a punishment, but a repercussion, a consequence that fits
a means of
whatever
help
action.
to, yeah, to understand, to resolve.
Right.
But people think that that's what they're doing when they say Jonathan Majors can't act anymore, and they think that that's what they're doing.
Is it?
I don't know. I think I would say still no,
Hmm.
because it's different when it's, this community knows these children. There's investment in this other way. On the internet,
We're
there's
not we're not in community with this man.
right. We don't fucking know him. We don't know what will reach him. Uh, or this woman, what she needs. Like,
Right.
yeah, we
Because
have
that's
no
no
idea.
aspect of it. What does she need?
Yeah. Mm.
And that's just like if he did it. If he didn't do it, that's a whole nother conversation. All the fuck he got kicked off of, all the shit that's happened, like
You didn't fucking do it. I mean, I guess if he didn't do it, there's still opportunity for him in the future. Just not with.
look at all the opportunity lost. Like how do you I mean, I guess the past is the past, but like damn,
Yeah. Damn.
I'd be pissed.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
System's fucked. We know this already.
System's fucked. We all know it.
We talked about Loki like little to none, I feel like.
Right. I don't even know if I have a lot to say about the show. I thought it was good. It was cool. Um, is it wrapped up? Are they done?
I think they're done.
Sure. Um,
2023 is the year of the Obi.
it really is. Like, it's so strange how that character is so similar to
We have Obi Ouroboros from Loki. We have Obi Brown
him. It's so
across the
strange how
Spider-Verse.
they're so like you. It's so fucking weird.
And then there's me, the original Obi.
There's something about that name. It's
Yeah,
very interesting. Um,
Obi, man.
yeah.
You're the Obi. We shall rise up.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, I liked Obi.
Yeah,
He's,
he was nice.
um,
That actor is really great.
he is.
Yeah, he really is.
Again, I gotta watch everything everywhere all at once again.
Mm-hmm.
It's been long enough. Time to watch it again.
In a minute.
Been a minute. Been a minute. Been a minute. Um, the characterization of Loki, like his journey from again, you're not super caught up on all the MCU. Like I'm sure you've seen the movies, but like not fully. you're not like
Remember much of Loki and his. I mean,
right.
he was a jackass. That was like,
He was yeah. Let's go like oh he was an asshole. He's no longer an asshole. Cool.
yeah.
Um, but they did nice work to round out, flesh out, and round up his character.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Sylvie, um, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't like Sylvie for a while. Do you feel better about Sylvie?
I feel better about her. I still don't necessarily. I don't like her. Um, but that's just maybe because of the type of character that she is. Like, there's nothing that I find particularly endearing about her, but that's just my own preference. Um, I don't dislike her. I disliked her for a little bit there. I was really like, grow the fuck up. Um, but she's fine. She's cool.
Oh, you're very grow up.
um, but no, she's cool. I don't. My God, my memory is so piss poor. Um, what happens with her at the end?
It's the same thing that happens with everyone. They just
Go off.
be chilling.
Yeah. Okay. Sure.
Yeah.
Um. Yeah. I don't like Victor's ending. Didn't like that, but like whatever. Uh, Loki's ending was good. Everyone else's was chill. Good for them.
Yeah. It would have been cool to incorporate Mr. Timely into the TVA.
I thought, yeah, I thought like they would have kept him around, but
That's how it be.
it's how it be.
Yeah. Loki went hard in a different way than Andor did. Um, very nerdy comic book, like good show just on the basis of being a good show and like good ending and like good stuff
Yeah.
happened. Oh, it's all timey wimey and there's you know oh this happened in the comics too. It's Loki, knower of all things or whatever the fuck he's supposed to be called. I don't know.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, apparently it's something else I got from the comics. Um, but little bit of a tangent.
Okay.
I was seeing online someone said not only are they running out of superheroes to adapt, but also like major superhero storylines and like plot lines and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Mm. I don't know if that's true or not because there's like hundreds of comics out there. Maybe the major ones they're running out of. Um,
Right, like the most interesting or easy to monetize ones. I don't fucking know.
like the biggest ones with the most characters or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I was saying this back when Civil War came out
Mm.
because the Civil War plotline of the Avengers is like this huge story. Captain America dies at the end of it. It's like this huge thing that like this bloody war between the heroes, and it's just one movie, and it's like very minor. And I remember sitting there thinking like I thought the movie was fine. I was like it's a good movie. It's okay, but like they really just blew their load on that one. Like they could have really waited and done like a whole Civil War
Yeah.
storyline like the Thanos thing, and they just like that felt like a waste to me.
Yeah.
And yeah, I guess they're running out of shit.
I don't think it's that they're running out of shit. I just feel like they're wasting what's there. They're not using it correctly. Um, we talked briefly about like stories of old video about entropy and all of that, the Marvelization. I know you haven't watched it. It's a good fucking video. But like the distillation of the content, like they're not distilling it, they're just fucking throwing it around and it's getting wasted. They're not using it correctly.
Mm.
That's what it feels like.
You're looking like you have to go soon. How long do you have?
10 minutes.
What happened? We were going to talk about Loki. What was the other thing?
AI.
Um, yeah, that's not going to fucking happen.
I feel differently about AI. I wanted to talk about it, but we can talk about it another time.
Well, I mean, can you round it up in 10 minutes?
Um, Prompted by Exerbia's video on AI.
Which one? Oh, you watched more of them.
I've been watching some of him. I listened to one of the story ones this morning, the one about the remembrance or the rememberer or whatever. It
What
was
happens in that one?
the old
Refresh me.
man who thinks he's young, but he's old. He just has dementia, and he fucked up.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Um,
Stories feel very reminiscent of bad acid trips.
sure.
Anyway, continue. Sorry.
In the AI one, so like at first I was like, why are we making AI? You guys are so fucking stupid. Like, why would you do this to us? Um,
Mm-hmm.
and there was like a little bit of like spook, a little bit of fear in that. And then he showed me that one video about like how it's a like a probability thing. And I was like, oh, that's fine, whatever. It's just probabilities. Less spooky.
Don't remember this video, but okay.
He like okay. Yeah, it's just a video about how it's not that the AI knows what to say. It's just like what is the most
Oh, the
to say what.
ChatGPT video.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then after that, I was kind of indifferent. I mean, I always bordered on indifference, but I was like, okay, whatever. Didn't think about it. And now I'm kind of into it. I've made a base
Oh, wow.
based off this video. I was thinking about like, so he didn't bring up this point until the very end, but I was working with it like in the middle of the video. Uh, but like, I don't know. We're like made in the image of God or whatever. We've come
Mm-hmm.
from God. And now we're little humans trying to make consciousness. And like I just think it's so silly and fun that like we were given consciousness and now we're trying to give something consciousness. Like that's just so interesting to me. Like the development of humans and what we've decided to do with what we've been given. And how we want to give it to something else. And
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
there's like all this nefarious energy around it because capitalism and the consequences of things. And I don't think we always fully understand what we're doing.
Yeah,
Um,
I think if AI is truly conscious, the whole evil thing we don't have to worry about.
no?
Honestly, not if it's conscious, like truly conscious, like
Mhm.
will, freedom.
Sure. I guess
Yeah,
like
why would
no more so
evil?
than we have to worry about evil people now. Like there's already quote unquote in my head.
If
Like,
why it always trips me up with the AI conversation. We're supposed to be working on the basis that this thing is smarter than us.
sure.
If we truly believe the way forward is community and compassion and understanding and love and wisdom, why would an AI not choose that?
Mm, right.
If that's really the way to go, that's what it would do.
Right. That's true. Damn. Maybe we're just making humans 2.0 better humans. Not.
We could be.
I think that's so fucking cool. I think that's so fucking cool. That like
But yeah, that's what I don't like about alien stories either. We always assume they're working off of not. I'm not even going to say our understanding, but the colonizers' understanding.
mm-hmm.
We're going to go to this place. We're going to reap the resources. We're going to enslave the people.
Right, yeah.
Not even all humans think like that. That's just the fucking colonizers.
Right, yeah.
I don't think AI would be evil. I don't think aliens would be evil. So you're pro AI now. You're team
Pro
AI.
AI. I'm kidding.
Oh,
That's pro AI. Um
So you, for one, accept our robot overlords.
Yes.
Interesting.
I'm here for it. Um, yeah, I don't know. I often think about the collective destiny, why we're here
Sure.
as a collective, and yeah, maybe it's a part of it to do this thing. I don't know if it actually is. I don't know if it's
You know how there's this idea that like we're becoming God, right?
I didn't, and now this idea is in my brain. I didn't know that was a thing though.
Really, you've never heard that idea?
No, I guess
That I gotta share this other video. But yeah, like the point of existence of going through all the experiences.
oh, I guess
Um,
yeah. I guess I know this
yeah.
idea. Yeah.
What if like that also blends into like this scientific kind of view of it, where we create AI and then we all become AI and we're all God together.
We blend with AI.
Yeah,
We become God.
yeah, mind upload. We all we all synchronize into the AI.
Mm-hmm. Maybe. Who fucking,
Really?
who fucking knows? Potentially. I guess. I don't know.
Guess what?
Guess we'll see. Uh, but yeah, I think like yeah, maybe it's an essential part of our ascension is being able to understand consciousness and create consciousness. And there's all
Hmm.
this other stuff that we have yet to deal with, but all in time. It all's gonna take time
Yeah, the belief I was taught growing up is that's not possible.
to create consciousness.
Yeah, I mean, if you're working with the understanding of like Swedenborg, um, you can't create what's infinite. However, you can create a vessel that which can hold the infinite, but
Sure.
it can't come from
Uh,
us.
right. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. Um,
And what's infinite can't create something finite. It has to like there's like levels that it has to go through. Like, the sun doesn't just like beam life onto Earth.
mm-hmm.
First had to create things that could harness the energy of the sun, and then life came from like, it's this complicated process. Um,
I guess that's what I mean then, like AI being a vessel, us creating a vessel, a new
us
vessel,
being create a vessel that can hold life
right?
apart from the way that we already do it
Right,
in our bellies.
right. With wires and stuff.
Wireless.
It's gonna have wires, bro.
Yeah, I'm sick and tired of these wires, bro.
I don't know why you dislike them so much. They're fine.
If you tell me I have a wireless device, I'd better not look inside and see wires. It's ridiculous.
Mm.
That's all you got?
That's all I got. I was just like so when I watched the video after, I was just all giddy. I was like, oh, look at us. We're just little humans trying to make these little thingies. We're so cute. I find us very endearing at times.
It is interesting that like we have this unquenchable drive, this desire to create.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe this is what we're here for.
That is what we're here for. I
I gotta fucking make the next
gotta
thing. I gotta do.
make shit. I gotta make shit. I think that's 100% what we're here for.
I meant the AI thing specifically, but yeah, of course, to create. I mean, look at all that creation.
But it's all the same thing though. Creative energy. It's always wanting to go to the next level. Maybe.
The ultimate creation.
Maybe.
Just my face on our cover of our podcast.
It is. Look at that fish. He's making it, folks. It's quite the sight to see. You guys can see it. Just look at the cover art.
Right, right. But my hair is shorter. She
His
said long,
is shorter.
but yeah, it's actually shorter.
Well, he cut his hair. You guys didn't know that, but it's longer now.
All right, get out of here. We're done. We're done with this.
Cool. Bye, y'all. Thanks for listening.
Tune in next week where we talk about every single fish in the ocean.
We've been doing a lot of prep, so get excited.
You're gonna really like number 4,982,061.
You think there's 4 billion types of fish in the sea?
I was talking individual fish, each single one. But yes, I mean, there's so many species down there we haven't even discovered. So like, oh yeah, there's shit down there.
I think there's 4 billion species, but fish species? I don't know.
There's already like over 4 billion species of insects.
Well, what qualifies as a fish?
We're talking little water swimmers. From plankton to jellyfish to dolphins,
those
whales.
Aren't fish. Those aren't fish.
When I said fish, I want to talk about. I'm talking squid. I'm talking fucking mermaids and krakens and.
It's gonna be the longest podcast ever.
Well, yeah, but we'll go through quick. We'll give each one of them like 5 seconds. We'll say their name and one fact about them, and then we'll move on.
There's 4 billion, and we give each one 5 seconds. We'll work it out. It'll be good.
It'll be a 15-parter. It's fine.
Yeah. Get excited for the series. Thanks for listening. Bye. Say bye.
Me?
Yeah.
Are you one of them? Oh, bye.